We've all been there. You hear Hollywood is remaking a beloved classic. You cringe, right? I get it. Some things are sacred. We hold on to those iconic scenes and unforgettable lines like precious treasures. But every now and then, a remake comes along that makes you sit up and take notice. It reminds you why you fell in love with the original, but it also dares to carve its own path. That's exactly what Jake Gyllenhaal and director Doug Liman have done with the new Roadhouse. This isn't just a rehash of the 1989 cult classic. This is a full-throttle, adrenaline-fueled ride that pays homage to the original. But it also stands firmly on its own 2 feet. Let's be honest, remaking a classic is a risky business. There's a fine line between honoring the original and alienating a loyal fan base. But trust me on this one, folks. Gyllenhaal and Liman came to play. They've taken everything we loved about the original Roadhouse, the grit, the action, the heart, and injected it with a fresh, modern energy. Get ready for a wild ride because this Roadhouse is open for business. And let me tell you, it's going to be one heck of a party. Let's talk about Jake Gyllenhaal for a second. This isn't the brooding, intense actor we saw in Nightcrawler or Prisoners. No, sir. This is Gyllenhaal unleashed. He's ripped, he's charismatic, and he owns every single scene. He brings a raw physicality to the role of Dalton, the ultimate cooler. Gyllenhaal trained rigorously for this role, and it shows. His fight scenes are brutal, balletic, and utterly believable. You can feel every punch, every kick, every bone-crunching thud. But there's more to Gyllenhaal's performance than just muscle. He brings a quiet intensity and vulnerability to Dalton. Dalton isn't just a tough guy. He's a protector, a guardian angel in a very rough world. Gyllenhaal makes you believe in Dalton's code of honor, his unwavering loyalty, and his deep-seated need to protect the innocent. He's the kind of guy you want on your side in a fight. And trust me, there are plenty of fights in this movie. Gyllenhaal's Dalton is a worthy successor to Patrick Swayze's iconic portrayal, but he also makes the role his own. He brings a contemporary edge and a quiet intensity that makes this Roadhouse a truly unforgettable cinematic experience. Doug Liman knows how to direct action. From the Bourne franchise to Mr. and Mrs. Smith, he knows how to craft sequences that are both thrilling and visually stunning. And in Roadhouse, Liman is at the top of his game. The action scenes are brutal, visceral, and exhilarating. The camera doesn't shy away from the action. It puts you right in the middle of the brawl. Every punch lands with a satisfying thud. Every fight is a whirlwind of fists, feet, and furniture. Liman uses a mix of practical effects and CGI to create a world that feels real, gritty, and dangerous. But Liman's direction isn't just about spectacle. He also understands the importance of character. The action scenes aren't just there for show. They reveal something about the characters, their motivations, and their relationships. Liman masterfully balances the adrenaline-fueled action with moments of humor, heart, and even a touch of romance. This is a director who understands the genre, but he also isn't afraid to subvert expectations. Get ready for some surprises along the way. Section 4. A shot of adrenaline. Honoring the original, forging a new path. This Roadhouse isn't a shot-for-shot remake. It takes the spirit of the original and gives it a fresh coat of paint. The filmmakers clearly have a deep respect for the 1989 film. They've kept the elements that made it a cult classic, the memorable characters, the quotable dialogue, and the over-the-top action. But they've also updated the story for modern audiences. The setting is new, the stakes are higher, and the characters feel more complex and nuanced. This Roadhouse is a love letter to the original, but it also stands on its own 2 feet. It's a testament to the enduring power of a good story. This remake reminds us why we fell in love with the original, but it also introduces a whole new generation to the wild, unpredictable world of Roadhouse. It's a film that will leave you breathless, exhilarated, and maybe even a little bit inspired. Section 5. Roadhouse Reimagined, a must-see action extravaganza. So there you have it. Jake Gyllenhaal's Roadhouse is a knockout punch of a film. It's a wild, action-packed thrill ride that will leave you wanting more. Gyllenhaal delivers a star-making performance. Liman's direction is top-notch, and the film pays homage to the original while forging its own path. Whether you're a die-hard fan of the 1989 classic or a newcomer to the world of Roadhouse, this movie is a must-see. It's a reminder that sometimes remakes can surprise you. They can exceed your expectations and leave you wanting more. So grab your friends, grab some popcorn, and get ready for a wild night at the movies. Just be careful not to spill your drinks during the fight scenes. Trust me, there will be plenty of those.